I need a break, I don't need a reason. I need a script, I don't need your grievance. Keep it to yourself, it's better for my health. Leave it on the shelf, ain't hearing nothing else. Tonight ain't the night, knowing the price. Pay it off with my life, till it's out with your lights. Do it all for the Christ, and he ain't playing nice. Knew the end from the start. Fix your face like it's art. The sons of a simp, call them Bart. Yeah, you did your best, played your part. But now it's time to cut you to the heart. Flex on occasion, it's the strangest of the salvation. You see it, believe it, amazing. Them chariots coming invasion since the creation. War, mine, Lord, bless the general. Greatest nation, eat them unequivocal. Bombs dropping, buddy, cause it's biblical. Start shit, now it's time to finish. Whoa. Said he won't vote, he looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. And the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. And the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. And the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
I can't wait for our kingdom to start and for there to be finished. Get rid of all of their idols and lying religions. Look for the crown like an Edris. Hey, this that crown talk. Wisdom of Solomon 5 talk. This that second Edris 6 and 9. We want eyes talk. It's your time to end. And my time again. It's our time to win. Away with the sin. You know what it is. Rejoice with my kin. See, that is why we repented. Golden streets, I can see myself in it. The city is bright, the kingdom of light. A wonderful sight past the angels, the inner light. I need 1,000 years of labor. Sit on my throne with my savior. Try to know why press alone. He bring pain like Major. You think the nations is equal to us? TK Kirkland, who raised you? Flex on occasion, my God a racist. That's why we moving with patience. It's been a long time coming. I spent my whole life running. Now that I'm 10 toes down and established my faith on 100. Woe to the nations, my king will race them. You know they gotta be punished. Jeremiah 25. Yeah, you know they gon' fry. Whoa. Said he won't vote, he looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. And the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. And the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. And the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
Yes, test. Yes, sir.
Check.
Yes, sir. We in the building.
Hey,
all right.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's the Nehemiah Squad Israel. We're here again. And we got fire topics every time for you. Right now, the topic, what we just seen was unity, right? Pull that title back up. Unity is the weapon, right? Unity is the weapon. So let's talk about that. And excuse me, let us introduce ourselves, right? We got
Officer Shem
in the building, right?
Yeah.
I'm Officer Judah.
Officer JDL.
Officer JDL is in the building, right? We talking about first and foremost unity. And one of the things that give me Psalms 2 and 2 real quick. Watch this. Because this we got to endeavor to keep the unity. What are the heathen gonna do, right? The heathen gonna do something because unity is powerful. So watch this. I'm gonna get Psalms 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder.
Start at verse 1. I like 1 so we get some context real quick, right? Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathen rage?
What the heathen so mad about? What do we do so bad to them, right? What do we do? And you look at all through our history, we've been marching. I am a man signs, right? Black Lives Matter, and it's like no matter what we do, they always on offense against us, like something's going to happen, like we trying to hurt them. When naturally we're not doing that. They know the scriptures. They know the scriptures, so they know our final end, that we'll be on top of them, we'll rule over them. But we don't know that. So we asking the question, well, What are the heathen raging for? What they so angry about? Read.
And the people imagine a vain thing.
What are they imagining these vain things about us, right? Saying all these slanders about us, so on and so forth. Read.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together.
Crafty counsel together. We're not in those meetings. They taking counsel together. Read.
Against the Lord.
Against the Lord. And since they can't touch the Lord, read.
And against his anointed.
So now they got to touch his anointed. They got to touch his people. Read.
Saying, let us break their bands asunder. And cast away their cords from us.
So what does that mean, break their bands asunder? What does that mean? Why is that so important? They can't touch God. They're angry with God and his anointed. So the solution for them in their secret council is let's break their bands asunder, right? Give me Zechariah 11:4. Let's see what those bands are. And what's the that's why I liked it. The topic, it said unity is the weapon. Unity is the weapon. So the heathen's main thing is to break our bands asunder. Let's see what those bands are.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 4. Thus saith the Lord, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them.
Our possessors slay us, right? Read.
And hold themselves not guilty.
And we see that with your Trayvon Martins. You see that with your Oscar Grant, so on and so forth. We got multiple cases of those things, right? And it gets on our nerves. Read.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord. But lo, I will deliver the man every one into his neighbor's hand,
right,
and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land.
So jump over to verse 14, because I wanted the topic was here. Why do the heathen rage? And they want to break our bands asunder, right? So let's read that.
Verse 14. Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel.
That's the whole point. They want to break the brotherhood. So unity is key. Unity is key, right? We have to, what is it? Ephesians 4?
Right.
Give me Ephesians 4 and 3.
Before you go there, right?
Yes, sir.
That's some good stuff you bringing out, and you set the stage real nice, man. Is our guest ready? Keep going. Let me find something out right quick.
Give me Ephesians 4.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace.
So let's look at that. It say endeavoring to keep the unity, right? We the Nehemiah Squad, right? So we ready to fight for our people. And that's why you see a lot of our guests, they all people that love their people. Whether they in the know of the scriptures or not yet, we here to educate them so they can Lord's will come into the truth. Lord's will come into truth. But we want to those genuine spirits that love their people. You got your Malcolm X's that love their people. The Martin Luther Kings. All of our activists, man, they really love their people. So it's a endeavor to keep the unity. Can I get the definition of endeavor? Let's get the definition of endeavor. Right? I want to see what that means.
Endeavor. Try hard to do or achieve something.
Right. So it say try hard to do something. If I got to try hard to do something, it's not easy. It's not easy. So think of it. We all young so-called black men, so-called Hispanic men, right? Let's start there. Blacks and Hispanics out here, especially in California, they fight. They fight. They're fighting in the prison system. They're fighting in the school system, so on and so forth. And why so? We fight because we don't know that we the same people and our bands have been broken asunder, right? You got East Coast versus West Coast. They did that with the music. You got down south versus, you know what I'm saying? Our bands are broken asunder. We've been split up in political parties, in gangs and ideologies. We've been split up mainly in churches.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday. You Baptist, you Pentecostal, 7-day Adventist. None of these things are in the Bible. Catholic, right? A lot of Hispanics.
Right.
They
right.
come from that Catholic, and they're dangerous. Them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they violent. Them Baptists
right,
and them
right.
Catholics, they violent people, man.
Right.
So guess what? These people coming out of all walks of life, and now it's hard for the ex-blood to get along with the ex-Crip. You see what I'm saying? The ex-Republican don't like the ex-Democrat, so on and so forth. So is it going to be naturally easy? No. God is telling you we're going to have to endeavor to keep that unity, right? And it said, and the bond of peace. Read that again.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body.
So that's the first thing we got to know, because our band's been cut asunder. But one thing we got to know, no matter what walk of life you come from, there's one body. So I don't care where you from, you actually an Israelite. You from Jerusalem. You're an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You're not no Democrat. You're not no Republican. You're not no gangbanger. You ain't no real nigga. We are the Israelites, right? So when you understand that, that's the first step. Read.
And one spirit.
We got one spirit. The spirit is the Spirit of God, and we get that from this Bible, right? Read on.
Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
Right.
One Lord, one faith, one baptism.
Right. So wait a minute. We got one Lord, one faith, one baptism. That means it can't be Baptist and Pentecostal and Seventh-day Adventist. It can't be it says it's only one Lord, right? So what Lord are we serving? When we if you notice, when we out there teaching, we'll be giving the sense, right? And then Christianity kicks back up, and it stifles everything that we're saying, because the Lord that's in their head, the God loves everybody, pops up, right? They've never read about this God, but they've been told about it in their churches on Sunday. Right? The laws are done away with God. They've never read about this, right? But it's been told to them. It's been told to them on a weekly basis, right? So when we bringing out the scriptures, they don't quite understand that the church has trained them to go against the word of God. And they can't believe, they act like we're reading something different than what's in the church.
Hey, they'll ask you what Bible you got in your hands, right? Because you'll be reading the exact same Bible that they've seen their whole life.
Yeah.
And it shows you how far we've gone away from what's supposed to be ours. Because if I'm giving you like what belongs to you, and you got to ask me, what is that?
Right.
That means there's a problem, right? Because if I go in your kitchen and I take your silverware, or I take your cup, and you ask me whose cup is that, or whose kitchen are we in, that means something's wrong, because we in your house, right? So when we start reading the Bible, and people say, what book is that you're reading? It shows you how far away we're going. Real quick, read Jeremiah chapter 5 and read verse 4. Read that real quick. Going back to breaking the bands asunder.
Bring it out.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and verse 4.
Come on.
Therefore I said, surely these are poor.
Give me Isaiah 14 and verse 32 just to show what the poor is. So this says, surely these are poor. When the people see us, right, the other nations, they look at us as a people and they see us disjointed. They look at us and they say, surely they're in a poor state. Something got to be wrong with them for them to be killing each other and murdering each other and slaughtering each other. So let's see who the poor is according to the scriptures. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 32. What shall one then answer the messenger of the nation? That the Lord hath founded Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it.
Right. So the poor goes into the nation of Israel, right? The nation of Israel is the poor that we read about in the scripture. So when we go back to that verse, read it again. Watch what they say about us. Watch the state we find ourselves in. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 4. Therefore I said, surely these are poor. They are foolish, for they know not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of their God.
Right, because we don't understand why we're in the position that we're in, what happened to us, how we ended up here, how we on the bottom, how did the Crips come to be. I was talking to a brother the other day. When you look at the Crips and the Bloods and how those things started, the idea was to create unity. But because we don't know the judgment of God, one person died and we say, you know what? We're going to have a grudge forever. Yeah. We're literally going to kill each other forever. A lot of kids are being born because we're in this poor state and don't know the judgments of God. And we just grow up thinking murder is okay, thinking death and destruction is okay. Go ahead, read the next verse.
I will get me unto the great men, and will speak unto them.
You're supposed to be able to speak to the great men, the men with status in the community, and go to them and say, look at what's going on in our community. Ain't we supposed to fix it? Read.
For they have known the way of the Lord and the judgment of their God, but these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bond.
Normally, it's the OG that will burst the bond more than anybody.
Right.
It'll be the OG that'll say, you know what? We can't unite with that gang. Ain't no truce.
Yeah.
We ain't letting that go. Now you might see somebody do it. When the OG normally say he want to piece it up, when his son die, When his daughter's murdered, when his cousin get put to death. Now the whole hood got to stop. And you know who ain't listening to him? The young man that he raised up.
Yep.
That young man that he said, you know what? This is what you got to do. You got to be on go all the time. He would call the OG soft. Because what? We never learn unity. We learn to kill each other, murder each other, and it goes back to the fact that all these different doctrines go into separating us as a people. That's what we learn over and over again. Nehemiah 2 and verse 10 real quick. That's what we learned as a people. So when we talk about unity, it's a necessity that somebody has the mindset to do this. Watch this.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 2 and verse 10. When Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly that there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel.
When the other nations see us teaching, it's much deeper than us teaching.
Right.
For them, they understand, I put all my effort and all this work into making sure this man was a Baptist and this man was a Catholic. I did everything possible. I made his father a Catholic. I made his grandmother a Catholic. Anybody who had power over him, I made them divisive. I made them to a point where they don't understand the judgment of God, so I could break the unity that they have amongst them. So when I see somebody come back now and they try to find common ground, that person got to die because he's undoing my work. That's why this grieved the nation, because they said, look at all the work we did to destroy this place. You think we want a man to come back and put this back together? To have the mentality to say, what do I need to do to fix it? How do I undo the work that they did? No, the other nations ain't just going to sit back and let that happen. And that's why you constantly see these divisive things happen to us in our community. That's why many of the people that think, oh, let's return back to politics, what you're really doing is dividing us as a community, because we never had politics. Right. Our heritage wasn't to be into politics or be on one side of the coin. It was to figure out how we work together under the judgment of God. Right. And since we lost that, they got us divided.
Yeah. That's why they don't care if we join politics now. They don't care about us joining in anything that got something to do with tearing our people down. One thing in knowing, how did they know how to destroy us? They had to learn our records. They had to learn the stuff that we refuse to, the scripture. They had to learn that. Let me show you what they figured out. That because when you watch something for a long time, you get to know how it works. You get to know how it moves. You're reading about this people in this book that they don't even know about. Give me Matthew 12 and verse 25. Let me show you what they know, what they looked into, what they studied that we don't.
The book of Matthew.
It's a precept.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 25.
Come on.
And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
You see that? So the white man knew, the Edomite man knew that if we could get this nation to fight against themselves, they're going to become desolate. Come on.
And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
It said it shall not stand. It will fall. Us fighting against they got it to a point to where they don't even have to do anything. Now all they got to do is post rap videos. All they got to do is post twerk videos. All they got to do is post stuff for our minds to see and learn off of. Then we immediately get to destroying ourselves. That's all they got to do. They understand. They know and understand all they got to do is get us to go against God's commandments, and they are able to keep their foot on our necks. Give me that in Judith 5, 19 or 20.
Bring it out.
Come on.
The book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20.
Come on.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
If there be any error in this people. What is the error?
And they sin against their God.
The error is that we sin against our God. These are two heathen nations having a conversation about us and how to overcome us. Come on.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
That what should be our ruin? Our error, our sin. Put them against each other. Come on.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
As long as we keep sin in their neighborhoods, as long as we keep sin on their brain, we going to be able to overcome them. Come on.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
But the flip side of it ain't no iniquity in us. If there ain't no iniquity among us, a man is loving his neighbor as he loves himself. Ain't no envy, no malice, no wrath. Come on.
Let my Lord now pass by.
Leave the Israelite man alone. Come on.
Lest their Lord,
that's our God,
defend them.
Unless he defend us. But they know what to do and how to keep us down. They know through various experimental things. That's why we say the Negro was created in America. He was experimented on.
Lab.
America is a lab, and the Negro was created in it.
Yep.
I mean, not the Negro, the nigga was created in it.
Yep.
They know what to do and what not to do. They get us to put our book down and to trust in them. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing. Give me that in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Give me that in Isaiah 30 and verse 12. We go exactly against what the Lord say and trust in this and trust in our enemy. When the Lord say never to trust your enemy. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel.
Thus saith who?
The Holy One of Israel.
Thus saith the Lord.
Because ye despise this word.
We hate loving our neighbor as we love ourselves. We hate that. We hate one wife. We hate that. Go ahead.
And trust in oppression.
And trust in what?
Oppression.
We trust in the oppressor. We trust in whatever he put on the TV. We trust in whatever he put up on social media. We trust in AI. Go ahead.
And perverseness. And stay thereon.
Come on.
Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach.
You see that? The scripture in Judah said, our error. This is one of our errors. One of our errors was trusting in oppression. It says, for this iniquity, jump back up and read it again.
Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon.
Come on, and stay thereon and trusting in that stuff. You trust in gang banging, drug dealing, pimping and hoeing. Come on.
Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
That one iniquity and trusting in another person outside of the Lord, a hole was opened up in our nation. A hole was opened up in our nation. We put the oppressor, what it say? We trust in the creature more than the creator.
Yep.
That one iniquity put a hole in our nation, put a hole in our families. Come on.
Ready. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
And that iniquity, for just us trusting in him, our whole nation was broken in the instant, broken like that. So why wouldn't they try to keep their foot on us, to separate us, to keep us as what is it? They got. Each and every one of us is classified as a different nationality.
Right.
Why wouldn't I try to keep that up? Why wouldn't I try to kill the ones that's trying to bring y'all back together? Mm-hmm. We got to wake up, people.
Yeah, and one of the ones that's trying to keep us back together, right? And remember, your Malcolm X's, they didn't know the truth. Your Martin Luther Kings, they didn't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? But they did have an extreme love for the people. And the Lord hadn't risen that water at that time for them, right? So let's pull up our first video. Let's show one of our what do you call it? One of our national leaders as a people, right? And let's watch this.
That's cool.
Assata Shakur, once known as Joanne Chesimard and convicted of killing a New Jersey.
Stop. They start the video
see how they start?
They start the video with disrespect.
Right.
Yeah.
Start the video with disrespect. You don't call that lady by her name.
Right. They did the same thing with Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They start the video with disrespect. This how they don't respect us. And this is why, because we fight against each other. Go ahead, play the video. I just wanted to say that. Sorry.
State trooper has died in Cuba. The Queens native was a one-time member of the Black Liberation Army. She was involved in a shootout on 1973 in the New Jersey Turnpike that killed Trooper Werner Foster. She maintained her innocence throughout the trial, but was sentenced to life in prison. 3 armed members of the BLA broke Shakur out of prison in 1979. She later surfaced in Cuba, where she was granted political asylum by Fidel Castro's government. In 2013, Shakur became the first woman to be placed on the FBI most wanted terror list. Shakur was 78 years old.
Right. Hey,
Assata.
all praises for that they didn't take our sister and let her die in prison like they do so many of our political activists, right? Give me Romans 10 and verse 2, right? Because this is what we seeing. We have people out there that love their people. They don't quite understand what's going on. We know not by our own wisdom, because this was shown to us. It made sense to us. I say, oh, okay, we are that rebellious people. We the people that came out of Egypt and worshiped that golden calf immediately. We that same people. So we able to acknowledge our offense. But our people that's out there, they don't quite really understand what's going on. So it's our job to show them they sins, show them their offense so they can repent. But we got a sister here, right, that read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
Our people have a zeal of God, meaning an extreme passion for God, right? But not according to the knowledge of God, right? So they read on. Look what it says.
For they being ignorant of God's righteousness.
They don't know God's righteousness. We didn't know it. It was shown to us and we picked it up. All praise to the Most High, right? But our people, and like many of our guests, they have extreme love for our people. You know what I'm saying? So guess what we try to show them? The knowledge of God alongside, because that's the only way anything's going to work, right? But read on.
And going about to establish their own righteousness.
So they go about to establish what they feel is right. So guess what? Since they don't know the knowledge of God, they'll start a Black Panther Party. You know what I'm saying? They'll start a Black Liberation Movement. They'll start Black economics. All these things have been tried. They've been tried over and over, right? But the Lord is not going to give his glory unto another but his son. He's not going to give the glory to nobody else. So we can try things, but they're not going to work. So it's time to show them what actually works, right? Read on.
Have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
That's what actually works. Submitting yourself to the righteousness of God. You see what I'm saying? And then things will prosper. But we got our sister here, right? Assata Shakur, somebody that put her life on the line.
Right.
Put her life on the line. So we can't be like, oh, they was this, that, and the third, or whatever. They just didn't have the knowledge that we had. Some of them have better faith and courage than we have with the knowledge of God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now we got to check our spirit. People that didn't know God had better faith and courage than some of us. So guess what? It behooves us to get out there with more faith, with more courage. You could be put to death. We could be jailed. The Bible tells us that's gonna happen. Those things are gonna happen. So we honor a sister like that. What did they say? They said don't honor her.
Yeah, they said don't honor her. Yeah, there's an article we put in there about that. Real quick, before you go there,
Man.
Leviticus 26, real quick. You had something, officer?
No, go ahead.
Leviticus 26, watch this. This bugged me, right? Because they said they put her on an FBI terror list.
Damn.
They said they put her on a terror list. So you got to ask yourself, right? Can we look up the definition of terror real quick? I know we asked for the article, then we asked for that. Pull up the definition of terror, then we're going to read Leviticus 26. We're going to start at 14. We're going to read down. They put her on a terror list after she had to stand up for the oppression in this country, right, amongst her people. She had to fight back. She was in a position where she didn't have much. The Black Panthers had to come up with a 10-point program and feed themselves breakfast because they didn't have certain things. So what's this? Read that definition of terror real quick, and then we're going to read the scriptures. And we're going to see who was the terror.
Terror. Extreme fear. A person, especially a child, who causes trouble or annoyance.
So there's a person that causes trouble or annoyance. Now we're going to read this. They said she caused trouble or annoyance. That's why she was on the top of a terror list, right? Read Leviticus chapter 26 and read verse 14. Watch.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 14. But if ye will not hearken unto me and will not do all these commandments.
And this is what we got to learn. When we didn't listen to God and do his commandments, read.
And if ye shall despise my statutes.
Which is what we did as a people. We despise the laws of God. Like Officer Judah was going into. She didn't know this history. She didn't understand this is why we were in this position. But what she did understand is that we were in a lower state. This is the root of why we were in that position. Read.
Or if your soul abhor my judgments.
Because we hate what the Lord gave us and we love what America gave us. But she didn't. She hated what America gave her. So when America looked at her, they said she's a terror. They put her on a terror list, but we're going to see. Keep reading.
So that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye will break my covenant. I will also do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror.
Now stop. What did the Lord say he was going to point over us? He said, I'm going to point over you a person that is a great trouble or annoyance. It's ironic that that person could take someone who's trying to liberate the people out of this position and say, nah, you going on my terror list.
Right.
She got put on the terror list because they know we the terror. We the real terror. They the biblical terror. They said we're going to put her on the list because she's trying to stop what we're supposed to do.
Right.
That's why she got put on that list. Yes, Samosa?
Yeah, I like Joshua 1.
Finish it.
And we'll go to Joshua 1 and start at 8. Because we're talking about our people having a zeal for the Lord, not according to knowledge, right? So we've tried economics before.
Right.
We've tried politics.
Yep.
We've tried voting. We even tried fighting with guns, knives, and everything, right? And you see our sister, the Black Panther Party was a part of that, right? And all these things failed. All of them failed. Read what you got, Joshua 1 and 8.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
Right, so we should always be talking about the scriptures. We should always be talking about God's law specifically. Tell you love your neighbor as yourself. That'll destroy gang violence. Marriage is honorable. That'll destroy single-parent households. So on and so forth, right? Read on.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
Right.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
When you read the Bible, all God wants us to do is observe and do his commandments. You read Deuteronomy 28. If they don't observe and do, observe and do. Right. This is the ticket. This is what we need to do. Read.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
Then you're going to come up in society. Then you're going to get a kingdom. Then you're going to get a great exceeding city. Read.
And then thou shalt have good success.
Then you're going to have good success. But here we go. This is what we need. Read.
Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage.
What we got to be?
Of a good courage.
Hey, Assata Shakur was strong and of good courage. Malcolm X was strong and of good courage. Martin Luther King was strong of good courage. Now we got the book of the law. We need to be strong and of good courage in the face of danger. In the face of, you got the neo-Nazis rising up. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got all these groups. You got that the same way they put Assata Shakur on a terrorist list. Guess where we at on the hate group list?
Exactly. There we go. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We right there, number 3.
Right.
And the Nazis, the KKK, way on the bottom. They've burned crosses. They've taken people out of their houses. They've burned towns. Who have we harmed? Nobody. All we doing is uplifting our people. Right? Read verse 9 again.
Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid.
Be not afraid to get out there and preach the word of God. Don't be afraid. We got to do it. Read.
Neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee. Whithersoever thou goest.
So that's what we got to realize, man. God is with us wherever he go, whether it be good or bad. Whether it be God is with us. So it behooves us to be of good courage. You know what courage is? Courage is when you are afraid, but you do it anyway. You do it anyway. So are you saying when we, and if you know us, guess what? You notice you're never going to see us too much on the beach. You're not going to see our group too much on the beach. You're not going to see too many downtown areas. Guess what you're going to see? You're going to see project areas, right? You're going to see downtrodden areas, right? Guess what? In those areas, we come from those areas. People have guns there. Yep. People have knives there. They don't like you standing there. They conducting their illegal business right there where we're teaching. You get what I'm saying? And are we always outnumbering the people? No, we always outnumber. But guess what we got to be? We got to be strong and of good courage. Come on. I'm not from every neighborhood I touch down on and bring the word of God out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from every neighborhood there, but guess what? It's my job to do it 2 by 2, 3 by 3, or whatever. We got to get out there and do it. That's why we the Nehemiah Squad. If it come down to it, we will. You know what I'm saying? We will.
Indeed. Yeah, I know what that means.
Right? Yeah, we'll do it.
I know what that means. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we was talking about you had that other article.
Yeah, pull up that other article.
Let's pull up that other one.
Why are they looking for the article, right?
What the FBI
he got it already. Go ahead.
Okay, just read the title. Watch this.
FBI Director Kush Patel tells public not to mourn Tupac's godmother.
Let's stop there. That's all the Negro gonna read.
Right. That's Tupac godmother.
That's how they doing her filthy, yo.
Right.
They doing that intentionally, just like Officer Shem was bringing out earlier, right? They changed her name. They said Assata Shakur, known as Joanne Chesimard. They threw that in there. Yeah. They wrote this article. They could have said Cash Patel tells public not to honor Assata Shakur. They put her name as the last thing in the headline. We know people don't read nowadays. So they're going to read Tupac's godmother and know her as Tupac's godmother. It's like saying this is such and such's husband.
Right.
They attaching her to somebody to give her no honor because, again, the terrorist said, no, I'm not going to raise up any of your figures. Keep reading. Read some of the article.
Zoom in some.
Yeah, I know it's small on my side, too. Sheesh. There you go.
FBI Director Cash Patel is warning Americans against romanticizing the late Assata Shakur, Tupac's godmother, by calling her a terrorist whose death should not be mourned.
You see that? She should not be honored. When you love your people and you got an oppressor against you, they're going to say you're not worth honoring. Why? Because they're at war with you. These are acts of war that we got to be able to see. You sisters got to be able to see this. When they give you Glorilla and they say honor Glorilla,
right,
but then they tell you a woman like Assata Shakur should not be honored, what they're doing is telling you not to honor people who stand up for you.
Right.
Don't honor the people that stand up for you. Stand up for the people that hate you. Go ahead.
In a fiery post on X Sunday morning, Patel referred to Shakur by her birth name, Joanne Chesimard, and rejected any suggestions that she was a freedom fighter. He suggested that she be remembered as the FBI has long categorized her, a convicted cop killer who did not fight for justice.
Right. She was a convicted cop killer who did not fight for justice. Come on.
She murdered New Jersey State Trooper Warner Forrester.
Allegedly.
Right.
In cold blood. Then fled to Cuba to escape accountability. The FBI never stopped calling her what she was, a terrorist, Patel wrote. Mourning her is spitting on the badge and the blood of every cop who gave their life in service.
Right. Now, at the end of the day, we're not for violence.
Right.
Right? According to Leviticus 5:1, if you see any sin, you're supposed to go and tell the proper authority. So we don't stand by people dying. But the point we making here is she stood up for her people. And people view her as that. How are you going to tell people not to mourn over someone they see as a hero? They don't care if someone mourns over Superman.
Right.
They don't care if they love Batman,
right,
Spider-Man. They don't
right,
care if they go Halloween and dress up as whatever they want to. But when you stand up for somebody that looks like you, that fought for their people, there's an issue. Read Esther 13 and verse 9, because this is how they view it.
Hey, you know how heavy that is, Officer JDL, because when you put the shoe on the other foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these cops is out here killing innocent people. They still standing up for the police.
Yeah.
They ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing to they ain't dishonoring these police for killing innocent people.
Right.
That they lying about.
And they create a GoFundMe and make sure they get taken care of for the rest of their life.
The rest of their life.
Surely.
And then they get out 2, 3, 4 months later and right back on the street.
Right.
Where's the slander? That ain't even slander because they did it for real.
Right. Right.
She really didn't even kill no cop. Y'all know that, right?
Right, exactly.
They slandering her.
Exactly.
But go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Esther chapter 13 and verse 4, sorry.
Esther chapter 13 and verse 4. Declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people.
This is how we always been viewed. When we had our right mind, the other nation said we are a certain malicious people. We were the terrorists. You know why? Because we didn't want to do what the other nations did. We were the only ones who knew right from wrong, and we were stuck on we're going to do the right thing. And to everyone else, we were a nuisance. We were the people that they looked at and said, we got to get rid of them because they want to do the right thing. It's always been that way. That's what she represents. Just like all the other activists that my brother's been mentioning, right? Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. All these men and women represented us doing the right thing, and to the nations, that's something to be hated. Keep reading.
That had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised the commandments of kings.
She despised what was set up in her community. So she said, you know what? I'm angry at oppression. I'm going to do something about it.
Right.
I'm not going to dye my hair purple and shake my behind and hit the club on Friday and then cry about it.
Right.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to do something about it because I see a need for change. That's how we get back to unity.
Right.
This is how we get back to unity. When we actually see the problem, we say, how can we get together and fix the problems? Go on.
So as the uniting of our kingdoms honorably intended by us cannot go forward.
You see that? The uniting of their kingdoms is what they're worried about. They want everybody under the idea that they have, but all we want to do is unite us as a nation and get the heck away from them. I'm going to just say it that way because I don't know. I don't want to go too far.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to curse on
crazy,
him.
brother.
Yeah. but my point I'm making is we don't want to be around you.
Right.
That's it.
If you would have left us alone, we'd have just went to our corner, Goshen, and we would have been gone.
Yeah.
But these things happen because these nations can't live without us. Reality.
Really.
That's really what's going on.
Yeah.
You see it with Trump. He kicked all the Issachar out the country, right? He said, you got to get out of here. And then what happened with the farm jobs? Now all the farmers complaining. They said, Trump,
bring him back.
Bring him back.
Lower your wall.
Some of them.
Lower the wall.
Jorge wasn't that bad.
All right.
Bring him back.
Hey, let's get that First Ezra 5 and 72, because this is what we was talking about. What does it say? A certain malicious people that done nothing to Haman. It done nothing to them, right? But why call us a malicious people, right? Because it's the same reason to put us on a hate group list. It's the same reason. Watch this.
First Ezra chapter 5 and verse 72. Bring it out. But the heathen of the land, lying heavy upon the inhabitants of Judea, and holding them straight, hindered their building.
How do they hinder our building? Hinder just means slow it down, right? Because we could have did it in a few moments, but it had to be slowed down for some reason. So how are they going to hinder our building? Read.
And by their secret plots.
Secret plots. That's number one. Number one. Read.
And popular persuasion.
Popular persuasion. They say, hey, that's some malicious people. Hey, you better watch out for them. They'll do you. You know what I'm saying? And they got all the people thinking of us as thugs, gangbangers, promiscuous. But guess what? That's not representing our aunts and our uncles. That's not showing my uncle that had a company or so on and so forth. Well, we got good people in our neighborhoods, but they highlight the worst of the worst. What if we took the trailer park trash of America and put them on TV and never showed anybody else? That would be their image.
They'd think America's a third world country.
Right. Yeah. That's a certain malicious people.
Right. That's a malicious people.
Right. But read that again. It said, read on.
Verse 73. And by their secret plots and popular persuasions and commotions. Causing up commotions, starting fights between each other, so on and so forth. Read. They hindered the finishing of the building all the time that King Cyrus lived. So they were hindered from building for the space of 2 years into the reign of Darius.
Right. So guess what? We know the plot now. We know that we know the tricks of secret plots. We know it's popular persuasions. Right. We know it's commotion. So why would we continue to fall into the same traps over and over and over again? It's up to us to teach the people. Right. So bring up that next video. Let's look at another one of our fighters of the people. Right. Let's see that.
Some of you may have heard of the name Marcus Garvey, the United Negro Improvement Association. Garvey is an interesting person, and his movement has had ongoing inspiration within the Caribbean, also here in the United States. So Garvey is born in Jamaica, and he starts off his life as a person who is a working class Jamaican, and he's also extremely intelligent, and he's a great orator. He moves from Jamaica, and like many of his countrymen, he goes to Central America to work on a United Fruit Plantation. And from there gets this vision of having this united Black nationalist organization. Now, I know the inspiration to that is he was a follower of Booker T. Washington. In research I was doing, I have letters in the Booker T. Washington papers in which Garvey hears that Booker T. Washington is coming to London at the time. Garvey's in London, and he writes to Booker T. Washington and say, hey, when you get here, I'd love to meet with you. I'm a follower. I love what you're doing. I want to learn more about you and tell you about what we're doing here in the United Negro Improvement Association. Then I have letters from Booker T. Washington, which many people might be surprised of because he's sort of being this ultra-conservative guy. But Booker T. Washington writes Garvey. They exchange newspapers. Garvey's Negro World paper, which is published, by the way, in French, Spanish, and English. And it goes throughout the African diaspora from Central America to the Caribbean parts of Africa and United States. And then Booker T. Washington sends Garvey a copy of the Tuskegee student paper. So they're interacting, they talk with one another, and they're getting along quite well. In fact, Booker T. Washington says to Garvey, whenever you come to the United States, please come to Tuskegee so I can show you the work that we're doing here. So Garvey is very much influenced by Booker T. Washington. And I want to talk about the food component because I'm a food historian. And that is that Garvey in United Negro Improvement Association, he eventually sets up a headquarters in Harlem, New York, the center of the black world at that time in many ways. There are people there from the Caribbean, from parts of Latin America. There are people from all different parts of the United States, particularly the South, migrating in search of jobs between World War I and World War II. And Garvey goes and sets in place what he calls the Negro Factories Corporation. And in that corporation, he sets up bakeries, restaurants. He moves to set up farms in different parts of the world. I mentioned Central America, in which there are black-owned and operated farms that he wants to buy different products from, produce from. Pause it
right there. What is Marcus Garvey doing? Benjamin, right? Shout out to Benjamin, right? What is Marcus Garvey?
Kinda though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about it in a second.
Okay, yeah, you bring it out.
I'll take the shout out. But Benjamin did him dirty at the same time. So
for sure.
Right,
and the reason, what is his organization? The United Negro. United Negro. Ain't no such thing as no Negro.
Right.
So guess what? He got the first part right, the uniting. You know, but if you don't know your nationality, it's gonna fizzle out. Now you got no support.
Right.
No support from his own brothers, right?
Exactly.
But what is he trying?
Right.
Economics. And now here we go again. Years later, guess what we trying?
Same thing.
Economics.
Same thing.
Right? Now look, my brother Marcus Garvey, he didn't know. And he was in the Bible. He was in the Bible, but he didn't know his nationality, which is a key part.
Right.
That's why we teaching y'all who you are. United Negro, no, we are the Israelites.
And you got to look at all of these different organizations and activist groups that didn't end up making it anywhere. You got to remember the prophecy. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68 right quick.
Bring it out.
I want one specific thing out of there.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Come on.
With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Come on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Come on.
And no man shall buy you.
Stop. That's the part that I want. The scripture says, no man shall buy us. No man shall redeem us.
Right.
So guess what? The Black Panther Party couldn't do it.
Right.
Why? Because the Bible said, no man shall redeem us. AIM couldn't do it because no man couldn't redeem us. Marcus Garvey couldn't do it because no man is going to be able to redeem us. The only thing that's going to redeem us is us keeping the law, statutes, and commandments in the faith of Christ. And then he's going to send his son back to redeem us. That's why none of these organizations or movements never worked out, because it wasn't of God. Give me and it's not me throwing no shots at any of our groups, because those at the end of the day, those are our brothers. Right. You know, and if it wasn't for their sacrifices, then and the sense of unity that they had, we probably wouldn't even being able to build on them blocks,
right,
to becoming who we are today. So it's not a shot. It's not a shot. Go to Acts chapter 5, verse 39.
Come on.
Acts 5 and 39.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 39. Bring it out. But if it be of God.
If it be of what?
Of God.
Of God. If it be of God, come on.
Ye cannot overthrow it.
You cannot overthrow God's movement. That's why all the other groups were overthrown. They was able to throw SH in the game. Well, didn't the Panthers fall by white woman? Drugs, white woman. But guess what? If it was of God, well, none of that stuff would have been in the building anyway. Sin was our ruin. All they had to do was throw a little bit of sin in the mix of the Panthers, and it all came crashing down. Right.
Some terror booty.
Throw
Dang. Go ahead.
All they had to do was throw a little bit of sin in the midst of the AIM movement. It all come crumbling down. Go ahead.
Lest happily ye be found even to fight against God.
So watch this. It says, if it be of God, you cannot overthrow it, right? The Black Panther Party stood strong for what? 16 years? Young Lords, 8. Now, these organizations are still around today, but they're not pushing big activism as they were then. And I'm talking about when they was being super active in the communities, right? American Indian movement lasted about 12 years, right? And all of these things are overthrown because God's laws wasn't the main focus of the organization.
Right.
It was still, they were still, those movements still further pulled us apart as a people because we thought we was black, they thought they was brown, they thought they was Native American Indians. It didn't bring the unity of the people into one. Now let's just look at our little, our organization over 20 years. Why? Because if it's of God, it cannot be overthrown.
Right.
The commandments is the glue to keeping this stuff together. You should try it sometime.
Right. So guess what? You got Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam. How'd that get thrown? It's this one commandment called thou shalt not envy, thou shalt not covet, so on and so forth. So now you got position, so on and so forth. Malcolm X is getting more notoriety than Elijah Muhammad. And now they beef not even real.
Right.
It's the Edomites sending letters between the two parties, and then guess what? Now there's fighting going on because but if they would have kept the commandment, love your neighbors yourself, if they would have kept, give me Philippians 2:2. If they would have did this, and this is what God trying to show us, he gonna say try to do it again. And one of the sins gonna overthrow that group. One of the sins gonna overthrow that group, right? So read that, Philippians 2:2.
Philippians chapter 2 and verse 2. Fulfill ye my joy.
What make God happy? Let's see.
That ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind.
One accord, unity, one mind. What's that mind? How can we be on one mind and you think economics the way, I think violence the way? Right. How can we move forward? How can we move forward? It said it got to be one mind. Somebody got to lead it, right? Read on.
Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
Nothing should be done through strife or vainglory. Vanity is like something that don't matter. It don't matter, right? So guess what? Terrence Crawford just won all the belts. He won all the belts. But when he died, it don't matter. The only thing he gonna want on his deathbed is more time to be with his children. He's not gonna say, oh, I won the championship. You on your deathbed, you're not gonna be like, I made it to be a CEO.
Right.
You're not gonna say none of that. You just gonna want more time to be with your brethren and your family and do something for God. You're gonna wonder if you did enough. You know what I'm saying? So it said don't do nothing out of strife or vainglory. Guess what? There was strife in that organization, and there was vainglory in that organization, and the white man seen it, sent letters this way, sent letters that way, and it was the sin that ignited it over.
Hey, God had to put a time limit on sin, but when we was righteous, there was no time limit. You could be righteous forever.
Yeah.
But he said the evil you do, I got to stop it at some point. So it's heavy what you're saying, because when he go to his deathbed, right, or any of us, right, the only reason we working so hard is because we know there's a death date.
Right.
It's heavy.
Right. Read on.
But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
That's the cure for envy. That's the cure for covetousness. Right? So guess what? Let's say he better than me. All praises. All praises for I clap my hand for him. Instead of saying, oh no, I'm better than him. Let me show him how. And that's where the envy come in. That's why this is the cure. This is the cure, first and foremost, knowing that we are not a political party. We not a gang group. We not Negro means nothing. Let's see what we actually are, right? Give me Exodus. Give me Exodus 19.
Yeah.
Give me Exodus 19:6. Let's see what we actually are.
The book
and how we get back to it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
We a kingdom of priests. Read.
And holy nation.
A holy what?
nation.
We a holy nation. Priest, a nation. We don't know nothing about nationality. You know what I'm saying? We don't know nothing about what it means to be a nation of people because we so broken into all these little fringe groups. You know what I'm saying? But when we a nation, we could become patriots to that. You know, we could hold a flag. We don't have a flag. So since I don't have a flag, I'll put a red rag in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Or a blue rag in my other pocket. I tie it around. And since I don't know my laws, I'm gonna take on the Italians' laws. I'm gonna move like the Italians. Snitches get stitches. But that's not how we get down. We taking on other people's stuff. So how do we get back to that royalty? How do we get back to that? Give me that in James. Give me that in James 2. James 2:8.
The book of James, chapter 2 and verse 8. If ye fulfill the royal law according to the scripture.
The royal law. What makes this nation royal again? Because right now, we the tail of society. Ain't nothing royal about us, right? So this law makes us royal again. Read.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
That simple. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. But guess what? Right. God have details on how to do it. Because that's vague. I love my neighbor as I love myself. You know what I'm saying? So what does that mean? What does that mean? I love my neighbors. Give me that in Romans 13.
Yeah. And you could go back to Philippians 2 as well. Go back to Philippians 2 right quick.
Yeah.
Go back there because it's a lot in there. Go ahead.
Come on.
The book of Philippians, chapter 2 and verse 2.
Come on.
Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord.
Being of one accord is how you execute the royal law. Loving your neighbor as you love yourself, right? But watch this.
Of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind.
But being humble unto one another. Come on.
Let each esteem other better than themselves.
Boom. That's how you do it. Esteeming your brother better than yourself.
Right.
Exhorting one another. Not having that evil eye towards one another. 1 Corinthians 1 and 10.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Come on.
Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that ye all speak the same thing.
You see that? Loving your neighbor as you love yourself is all speaking the commandments. Come on.
And that there be no divisions among you.
And that there be no divisions among you. Because if they can find a little chink in the armor, if you hit that chink so many times with that axe, what it's going to eventually do? It's going to break through. That little schism can be two people arguing over the law. When all you ain't got to argue over the law because it say what it say. You ain't got to envy each other because he's the soldier and he's the officer of 10.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. That's a chink in the armor. We're not supposed to have that among us. You know, you don't love your neighbor if you love yourself, if you envy his position.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
But that ye be perfectly joined together.
But be perfectly joined together is loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Come on.
In the same mind and in the same judgment.
It says in the same mind and in the same judgment. We move in the same way no matter what.
Right.
You can't come in between us no matter what. We could give a damn what you say on the outside of here. Well, you're not going to be able to put me against my brother.
Right.
That's loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Not listening to gossip, but actually going to that person that's gossiping and telling them, look, go talk to him. He right over there. Go talk to her. She right over there. If we could put those things away amongst us, we'll be unstoppable. Go ahead, Jude. I know you was going to a scripture. Go ahead.
I had one if you're going somewhere.
You got it.
All right,
bring it out.
Hey, real quick. Something I find heavy about Garvey, right, is Garvey, when he was coming up, he had to make choices. So he went to Panama. He was making money. He was down and working on a plant. And he was in a position where he could be economically well off, right? Give me Hebrews real quick. We'll talk about Hebrews 11 real quick.
Read it out.
Talks about Moses. Read it. Stay with me. Hebrews 11.
Hebrews 11.
He watching a commotion. You in the show. You not a spectator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hebrews 11. And give me verse 25. Let's get to the point. So before you read it, Moses had to make a choice whether he was going to get money or choose the people. And there's a lot of people in the scriptures like that. But what you see a lot of the time with these activists, with these men and women that rose up, the Lord put them in this position where they could have chased money and they could have used economics to take care of the people, and they could have made that their priority. And then later say, you know what, I'm going to give them a couple dollars. Marcus Garvey was in the same position. He said, I had to choose whether I was going to be bourgeoisie and get to a place where I was rich. It's in a book called Race First by Tony Martin. He had to pick whether he was going to do that or he was going to go to a place where he took care of his people. So at the end, he chose to take care of his people instead of making all that money for himself, because he could have just had the boat company and dealt with Edomites. Right. He could have dealt with all other nations, but he chose to what? Take that boat, take that organization, and deal with his people. And his own people ended up hating him for it. Read what you got. Watch.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 25. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
And that goes back to what Officer Judah was going at. That season goes into time. Sin is limited. So Moses said, this is a limited thing I'm going to pick. Why would I pick to be number 2 for a short period of time when we could be kings and priests forever?
Right.
That's the option you got on the earth. So when you hear people speaking about economics, that's short-lived. It's not to say we shouldn't care about money. Money is a defense, like the scriptures say. Yeah. Right? So I want to make sure, go to that real quick, because I know there's brothers on here that say, I get money. I don't know. These brothers talking about being broke. We're not saying be broke.
No, not at all.
We're not saying don't take care of your family. What we're saying is the priority should be on the unification of our nation mentally. That's where it starts. If we don't have the mindset to be aligned with God, your money's not going to save you. And it says it in the scripture we're about to read. Read that.
Duck,
and I got like 1 or 2 more, and I'm be quiet. I'm going to lean back.
Bring it out, man.
I'm going to guess.
Bring it out.
Come on. Amos. No, where you at?
Ecclesiastes.
I believe it's 7 and 12.
Ecclesiastes
12 and 7. I might have it backwards.
Chapter 12, 7 and verse 12.
Come on.
For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
So the first thing it mentions there is wisdom. If you give a fool money, where that money going back? Dave Chappelle did a skit on it. He did a skit. He said, if you gave him money, what are they going to buy? Cadillacs?
Yeah.
Weed? Henny? That's the mentality of our people. So money can't be the defense if there's no wisdom coupled with it. Read it again.
For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
Read.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Wisdom will give you eternal life. It'll give you a future. It will give you less than that season that we just read about in Hebrews. Hebrews only going to give you a season of pleasure, right? Or sin, sorry, is going to give you a season of pleasure. But if you choose to be with the Lord, if you choose to connect back to that, then you get eternal life. That's what the wisdom gives you. So we're going to use the money temporarily to build up what we need to build up here. But the wisdom is going to get us to a place where eternally we're going to be all right with God. Go to Amos 3 and 3, because we didn't touch this either. Our disconnect and unity is that we ain't aligned with God. That's the biggest issue we got. We ain't on the same page with God. So God wants us to do certain things. We choosing to go about it financially, economically, and thinking that's going to, politically, and thinking that's going to save anything. And the Lord said this. Read it.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So the Lord said, I'm not going to agree with you unless you do what I want you to do. That's how it works. You can either do it my way or you could do it my way. That's how the Lord deals with you in the Bible. You only got one option at the end of the day. The other option is death. So he said, can two walk together except they be agreed? The first thing, first and foremost, is we got to walk with God. Because Zephaniah 1:18, I'm be quiet.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're
for
not.
a little bit. And then I'll be talking again.
Yeah. This is what we supposed to do.
Right.
Supposed to talk.
The book of Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
It ain't stop you from going to slavery. You know we had kings that got taken into slavery. The Lord wrote in the curses, I'm going to bring you and your king into slavery. That's how you know God black. God said, the man that you set up and you give all the power to, I'm going to take you and him. Both of y'all going to go together. You're going to be sitting there looking at him like, dang. Like in Babylon, we had to look at Zedekiah get taken out. We had to look at the kings get taken into slavery, just like it happened when we was on the west coast of Africa. The kings got taken into slavery. You know why? Because the Lord said, that money don't mean nothing to me. You got to do what I'm telling you to do or it's going to be problems. Read again.
Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
Lord said fire is coming to this place called Babylon the Great. So money ain't going to save you. You know money burn when fire touch it, right? Your money ain't going to save you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's what I just said. That's what I was telling y'all before.
Man,
Right. That's what we were saying, Cap.
Bring it out.
Right.
Bring it out.
All praises. Hey, the show going dope. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Let me get Ephesians 4 and 28. We was talking about money. We got to talk about that. Because are we down talking economics? A little. As far as far as the main way to save the people, yeah, that is not the way. I'll tell you straight up. But guess what? The more money that you make, the more people you can help.
Yep.
The less money you make, the more you need help.
Yep.
And this nation in particular need more doers to help the ones that can't. Yep. You know, we can't be more. So guess what? Are we saying don't make money? No. What we saying? Read that. Read Ephesians 4 and 28.
Before you read that, Judah, all of the people that say economics is the way get caught scamming the people, bro.
For sure.
They was getting those loans during the pandemic.
Every single last one of them that say economics is the way end up scamming the people and putting that money right in their left pocket.
Beware of covetousness.
Yeah. That's so the money ain't the issue. Yeah. It's the mindset of you. I ain't gonna say it. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Let's read that. Watch this.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 28. Let him that stole steal no more.
Right. So don't do nothing illegal. Basically, don't do nothing illegal for your money. Read.
But rather let him labor, working with his hands the thing which is good.
When you go to work, what you get? Money. Right. So guess what? God's telling you go ahead and labor. Work with your hands. Get some money. Read.
That he may have to give to him that needeth.
What's the purpose for your money?
That he may have to give to him that needeth.
No, to save $1 million. Read.
That he may have to give to him that needeth.
That's the purpose of you making money. So economics is necessary for the people, right? But guess what we did in the scriptures in Acts? When we had abundance of money, we made sure the people had everything that they needed, right? No man lacked because there was more people doing than more people needing. So that's where we got to get to the point. We got to get to the point where people was doing, right? Sirach 38. Now here go the balance. God command you to work, right? Now here go the balance. Give me Sirach 38 and start at 25.
The book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse
24.
Verse 24.
You know, Pastor mad at you for saying that. Pastor, I ain't giving up my Rolls Royce.
Oh yeah, lock the door.
Lock the door.
Sirach. Yo. Sirach chapter 38 and verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
Right. So you need some time to where you're not working, right? You need free time. And when you always laboring, always chasing the bag, always chasing the money, you never find that leisure. You never find that time to study. Read.
And he that have little business shall become wise.
He that have little business shall become wise. So now guess what? Think of it like this. If you work at Dollar General, you know how many hours you're going to have to work, overtime, so on and so forth, to make enough to support yourself, much less to support somebody else. So you're going to actually be spending more time trying to get money working a small job like that. If that's where you're starting at, cool. You know what I'm saying? Or that's where you at right now, cool. But you take that and you advance it. Don't stop there. You advance it. Now, if you get a trade, or you get into you go to school for something that because school is a business too. When you go to school, you need to know what you're finna do, right? But when you're going somewhere to advance your life, guess what? Now you can work that same 8 hours and make $2,000 more. And now you can help a lot more people. So are we telling people don't advance their life? No, that's not what we're saying. We're reading the balance of it in verse 24. Read that again.
The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. And he that have little business shall become wise.
Right. So get a better position so you can work less time and make more money. Read. Right.
How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow?
How can you get wisdom if you always at work? We got brothers, and that's a commendable thing. You're not lazy. You're not lazy, so you'll go up, get up, and work 3 jobs. 3 jobs? Tree jobs, right? Some brothers won't work 1.
But you know what the problem is, right? It ain't about that. People don't. It ain't the fact of just getting money. People want to be rich.
That's the point.
You know what I'm saying? They want it like that. That's really the issue. It's not about working and building and building. No, they want OnlyFans. Like you just said, hey, do less and you have more time. They're like, I am doing less. I'm on OnlyFans. I'm on OnlyFans for like an hour.
This is what I'm doing.
And
My
I just
leisure.
made $5,000.
Right.
And I'm not gonna be reading the Bible in my off time.
No.
Watch this, y'all. Hey, will you finish, bro?
Yes.
Hey, let me get Sirach 11, right? Because we just gonna jump on this real quick. We gotta in your pursuit of a decent living, you can't be looking to do anything for money. You see what I'm saying? That's been a problem with our people for a long time, right? Even when we doing the right thing, the first thing they say is, "But at least they getting a check." We be like, "Yo, that's some whole behavior." But they getting a check though. That ain't what the Lord said.
Nope.
Go ahead, Sirach 11:21, bro.
Sirach chapter 11 verse 21. Marvel not at the works of a sinner,
Right. Marvel not at the works of sinners. Go ahead.
but trust in the Lord
Uh-huh.
and abide in thy labor.
Abide in thy labor. This is what office is bringing out. Go get that job, work in it, but build, right? Abide in thy labor. You going as you grow in your profession, you're gonna get better and better. You're gonna get a better position. Right? Go ahead.
For it is an easy thing.
What kind of thing?
Easy thing.
Go ahead.
In the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
That's what y'all don't understand. The Lord control who's rich and who's poor. So a lot of times y'all grinding, y'all on the paper chase, things ain't happening. That's the Lord. It ain't the fact that he don't want you to have no money. He might not want you to have it right now. He might not want you to have that much. Not the fact that you might go out and spend it crazy on yourself, but maybe you're going to give too much to the wrong person.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that. Go ahead, read.
The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly.
Go ahead.
And suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish.
Right. You know what I mean? So you got to stay in the labor of the Lord. Stay in your own labor, and then you labor in the Lord. This is what he was bringing out in Sirach 38.
Right.
That when you have that time, that leisure, that's when you go and you build your spirit up in the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But you should go back to Sirach 38 because it's some good stuff in there.
It's damn good stuff in
Yeah.
there. We go to Haggai chapter 1 right quick. Yep. Verse 4. Show you. Let me ask you the same question the Lord asked us. Because you into getting money. You think economics is the way. Money ain't the bad thing. It's what we do with the money, and our lust for it is what make it bad. Watch this. Read that.
Haggai chapter 1 and verse 4.
4.
Haggai chapter 1 and verse 4. Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses?
Is it time for you to just worry about yourself? Worry about your house and worry about your own personal stuff? Is it time for you to be greedy? Come on.
And this house lie waste?
And God's house lie waste? That's the problem. We always for self. We're not for each other. We're not for God's people because we're God's house. The Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our body is lying waste while you trying to get money. You're doing it the wrong way. It ain't hard out here when you're doing it right, right, Judah?
Right.
Go ahead, read.
Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
Examine yourself. Come on.
Ye have sown much and bring in little.
Say you sold a lot. You make a lot of money, but don't give nothing to the people. It ain't asked for with you. You want to consume it and spend it on your own lust.
Right.
Instead of giving it to the people that lack. Come on.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
You eat a lot of food. You get a lot of bread, but you don't have enough. In your mind, you don't have enough. In your mind, you got to go get it. No other time for nothing else. While God's house is laying waste. Come on.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
He said, you drink a lot, and you still thirsty because you're greed. You're greed. You want to consume everything with your greed, and everything is about you.
Right.
But that's why you see everybody that's into this economical standpoint, and they standpoint is economics, you see them robbing the people. They eat and they ain't had enough. They drink and they ain't fulfilled with nothing. Go ahead.
Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
You say you put on clothes, but you still feel empty. Come on.
And he that earneth wages, earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
And that's what, and you end up broke because you spend your money on jewelry. You spend your money on cars. You putting you like Cap said earlier. You giving all your money back to the wrong people. Bag filled with holes. Go ahead, Judah. Go back to Sirach 38 where you were.
I like because you said you was just talking about just now being selfish, right? And then you got a bag with holes. Business is good because the same way, the more money I make, the more people I can help. Right. Now, when I have a business, I can work a really, really good job, right? And I can help myself. If I have a business, I open up a business, right? Now I open up all these positions. I got a receptionist, I got an estimator, I got a phone guy, I got a salesperson. All these my people. Everybody moving now based upon I could stay in white man society and build his stay in his company, and that only helps me. Or I could take a little less, share it with my people, and that's a better substance, right? So I'll read that in Proverbs 11, start at 1, and then jump to 24. Watch this.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord.
Yep.
But a just weight is his delight.
Right. So being unfair, a false balance, getting greedy, that's an abomination to the Lord, right? Jump over to verse 24.
Verse 24. There is that scattereth and yet increaseth.
So guess what? If you want that scattereth, meaning guess what? You get your abundance and you share it with the people, at the end, you going to increase.
Yep.
But a lot of people greedy on it, so they're not going to scatter nothing. They're going to take their money and put it in their pocket. And that pocket got a bunch of holes in it, right?
Yep.
Read on.
Hey, Officer Judah.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy you say that because when they do it like that, Haman don't come bothering them at all. No. But as soon as you take the money and then spread it out, here come Haman trying to hinder the building again.
Yep. You
Go ahead.
Yep, read on.
And there is that withholdeth.
Now, you on the other hand, you got the greedy brother. He take his money and he withhold it. He keep it to himself. Read.
More than is meat.
He will hold more than what's good. He got enough, but he keep it all to himself. Read.
But it tendeth to poverty.
At the end, he be the one that broke because he not sharing with the people. Read.
The liberal soul.
The liberal right here. The liberal mean one that share, one that spread. You know what I'm saying? This liberal soul, read,
shall be made fat.
You're going to be made fat if you sharing with the people, breaking the people off, helping the people, right? Instead of keeping all that money to yourself. Read.
And he that watereth shall be watered also himself.
Guess what? You watering the people gonna water you. That's how one hand wash the other.
Yep.
You see that? One hand can't wash itself very well. So that go into selfishness, covetousness, so on and so forth. Read.
He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him.
You see that? That stingy brother. That one that's all about the bag, trying to get rich. He withholding his corn. The people gonna curse him. Right? Read on.
But blessings shall be upon the head of him that selleth it.
Right, the one that selleth it, like Joseph. He took all the corn into the storehouse, and guess what? Gave it to the people.
Yep.
Not just to feed the city, but gave it to the people.
Right.
So that got to be the attitude. We've been learning these principles since the beginning. So is the business wrong? Is the money wrong? No, it's the mindset toward the people that's everything. So, and like you said, the people that's doing all they're saying, well, let's do economics. You see what happened with what's my man name? Just recently he was asking for money. Umar. Dr. Umar. You see what I'm saying? He's supposed to be spreading that money to the people, but now guess what? Come to find out, ain't nothing getting bought, so on and so forth. And
the hell is this?
You see how the people feel about him.
Yep. When you apply what Officer Judah was just reading, like the scriptures say, you gain trust with the people. You gain loyalty with the people. You gain you get all of these good attributes when you share the wealth. They trust you, they love you, they have love for you. They more inclined to fight for you. But when you take the corn and hold on to it, now you turn the young men into YNs. Now they want to rob you.
Yeah.
They want to kill you. They want to shoot you because you got all the bread.
Right.
We gotta pay attention to that, man.
Hey, listen, but in reality, and we talking about business, hey, at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, all gonna have to get yourselves right with that because, hey, did y'all see this thing here with Trump ordering all housing authorities to remove the illegal aliens from Section 8.
What?
So now, hey, play a little bit of that, y'all.
Yes, please.
Play a little bit of that, because that's what we're looking at now. We ain't gonna be able to just ride, because a lot of people's on that Section 8 forever.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Right? Running all type of whatever. You know, you playing the loopholes or whatever, and you got your thing going on. This is what this man trying to move. He trying to get all that going.
Rent $11 and they hustling.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
want people on Section 8 for like a year.
Right.
2 years, you got to be gone. And in reality, that's good.
Yeah.
Because it gets your hustle up.
Yep.
Get your hustle up. And that's what we need.
It take the laziness up out of you.
Exactly.
That's it.
You know? So that's what we're talking about. It's not about sometimes the going to set up the business and all of that. It's difficult, but hey, or getting a good job, getting your education, this is something that y'all got to start looking into. All right? For real. But don't go crazy. But go ahead.
All right, welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be discussing a very serious warning that has been issued by the President of the United States, as well as Scott Turner, the Director of HUD. There has been a directive that all public housing authorities should comply with a 30-day order to kick out and remove any illegal aliens to preside in any household that is utilizing a Section 8 voucher. And the fallout from that will likely be rather large. So let's discuss a little bit of what's going to take place in about 30 days or less. So the presumption here is the administration, as well as HUD, is now seeking.
So hold on, put on pause for a second. So
every single
pause that for a
household.
second, y'all. So what they saying is now they about to make a sweep, because now if you're an illegal alien, so-called, how did you get Section 8 in the first place?
You scam.
Right? Exactly. That means that somebody had to get it in, and maybe they living in it, whatever's going on, but they about to make the sweep. Because I don't know if y'all seen earlier, in Chicago, ICE was running down on Judah. They was pulling Judah out of the house. And they just had him there, and then just did some investigation and let him go. Why would they be pulling Black Americans out of their homes? Because this is something else. This is something else that's going on. Go ahead, hit play.
Was participating in the programs, and any unverified person that did not provide a Social Security number, you would likely expect a few things to happen. One, that entire household will likely lose its voucher and be kicked out, possibly banned. Two, there's a high potential your house will be raided, and those that do not belong in the country legally will be arrested. There could be civil and also criminal penalties for those that harbored that individual. And
see,
it's going to be
hold on.
pretty tough circumstance.
Hold on. Look where they're going with it now. Yeah. First is get the illegal aliens out. Then it's the person who's harboring them, like they're a criminal. Right? Now they're going to flex on them. But the thing is that they only going to do this to our people. I told y'all already. In New York, all them Eastern European countries, people from over there, from Poland, all them, Ukraine, all that, they in New York. They're illegal like everybody else. They're hiding under different names and weird Social Security numbers and all of that. You think they kicking them out?
Nope. Way.
They ain't gonna kick them out. But this is what we dealing with, y'all. This is we gotta listen. The Lord is closing in the walls on us, but it's only to get us strong.
Right.
It's only to get us right. But what they say, by hook or by crook, we're gonna get away from this man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Y'all could drop that. We ain't gotta go on no more because that's a long video. He gonna go into it a little deep, but we got a problem. You know? Y'all can speak on that, man.
Bruh.
Hey.
All that is, I'm going to hand it right to you. All that is, man, that they just trying to scatter the 12 tribes, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They trying to scatter us again. But that ain't going to work because we moving. Where's that? Right over here? Where it go? Right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing in my way so I can't see the TV. Right there. You can't stop it because Isaiah 11:11. We out here doing that.
Right.
We already got a counter. We already got a counter attack for your attack. We sending the prophets all over the world. Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Micah 2 and 2 real quick. 2 and 1. Start there.
That's good.
Because there's definitely a deeper plan at play. You know? Always is. Read that.
Come on.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
They work evil upon their beds. So when they mapped this out, they said there got to be an end game. It wasn't just let's get them out of Section 8 or let's get the immigrants out. Like Cap just said, they start looking at who brought them in the house. Yeah. Then they're going to go in the house and figure out if it's drugs in there, if the kids ain't being taken care of the proper way. They're going to start raiding. They're going to look at everything. Yeah. They're going to look at if it's infested with something. They're going to look at everything and make an excuse to take advantage of the whole situation. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Then they raid the houses. Go ahead.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because they got the ability to do so. That's why they'll do it. Just because they can. Go ahead.
And they covet fields.
They covet fields.
And take them by violence.
And that's what you see ICE is doing, and that's what they're getting ready to unleash when it comes to Section 8. It said they take it by violence. They're not going to come in there and ask nicely. They're going to kick in the door, waving the 4-4. That's how it's going to go. Not going to be no conversation about why do you got Section 8 for over this time. They're going to kick in the door. Yeah. Go ahead.
And houses.
And what?
And houses.
Read.
And take them away.
Read.
So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Right. So they're going to oppress a man and his house. So you got to think, like Cap was saying, a lot of times people got Section 8, they paying like $11. Yeah. They got 8 people in the crib.
Yeah,
right. Everybody got a job.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody in there stacking. That's why you be seeing brothers with Balenciaga. You like, how you going to afford a Balenciaga?
Yeah.
I can't afford that. I got to pay rent. Nah, they live in a Section 8, $11 rent. That's getting paid for, and everybody in there making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. So Trump saying it's a wrap. The Lord's saying it's a wrap.
Yeah. Right.
That's what's happening.
Because in reality, they should have just got that money together.
Exactly.
And went and got themselves a piece of property. Mm-hmm. That's what it's for. Yeah. You know what I mean? If they came in and said, hey, you could hold a Section 8 for $10 a month for 2 years, I'd be like, oh, absolutely.
Man.
Exactly right.
You know
how,
absolutely. Right.
By the time that second year was over, we'd be all...
Yeah,
we be on a compound somewhere.
Yeah. Right. That's what you
building
want.
Israel.
Yeah. But you can't be leaning on this country like that. Right. This ain't our place of rest. You know what I mean? Hey, give me Lamentations 4.
Bring that out.
17. You already know. Yeah, we can't be leaning on it like that. Them days is over. Remember in Revelation chapter 12, it said that we're gonna be nourished by the serpent for a time. Right. And the times. Them times is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, them times is over. Nourishment time is over.
Come on.
We big now. You know what I'm saying? We waiting for the Lord to return. Come on.
Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes had yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
That's what people got to get out of that.
Yeah.
You know, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get the whatever programs they got going on. Now, some of our people need that help. Those, yes. Take advantage. When I say take advantage, that's what that's for. But some of us, we just doing it for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Just to jump through loopholes and all that. If you're not going to do the right thing when you jumping through them loopholes and you just want to do it forever, that's what Trump is for. The Lord put Trump to knock you out the box. That's what y'all don't understand. Read. Go ahead, bro.
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. That's what it talked about. Oppress a man in his household. They hunting our steps. Go ahead.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Uh-huh.
Our end is near.
Yep.
Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Right, for our end. That's what they looking for. But for us, when they talking about our end is come, we looking for that as the independence we looking for. We looking for the Lord to return. Yeah. As we looking at this, as this is the signs of the times. That's why the Lord said, watch and pray. Mm-hmm. These are the things we looking at. We know that the wars is with the wars that are bubbling, that the Lord is mustering that battle. He's making them things happen. You understand? So as we see these, we say the walls closing in, we got to be happy about that. Although some of us is going to feel a little bit of pain, we got to be happy about that.
Yeah. The walls closing in is a great thing happening. Go to Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15.
Come on.
It don't feel good, but when you looking at it spiritually, it's a good thing.
Right.
Bring it out. The book of Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
You see that means we are turning back to the Lord and acknowledging our offenses. Come on.
And seek my face.
Uh-huh.
In their affliction,
and us being afflicted,
they will seek me early.
The closer the kingdom comes. Through our affliction, guess what? Through our affliction, we seek the Lord.
That's right.
We seek the Lord. We start to wake up to the fact that we the 12 tribes of Israel. It's all a beautiful thing.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we win. we win. At the end of the battle, at the end of the fight, we win. Yeah. So the walls closing in ain't such a bad thing. No. It's a good thing. It's going to force us to lean on each other more. Right. It's going to force us to come together and be a people again. It's going to force us to move as a unit, like it's saying 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. It's going to force us to endeavor to keep that unity. Because in all actuality, none of us is supposed to lack. And it ain't supposed to be, like Cap just said, the serpent nourishing us. We're supposed to be nourishing ourselves.
Yeah. You know what it's going to force us to do again? It's going to force marriage again.
Right.
Oh, damn. The independent black woman is done.
It's over.
You know what I'm saying? Because guess what?
She don't want no part of
yeah.
that.
Hey, the harder it get, hey, that Section 8, you're not independent on it. Not all women say that is on Section 8. But I'm saying the Section 8 independent black woman, that's done.
Yeah.
That's done. Now you need a husband.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. That's
Right.
a good thing. Even though it's going to hurt for a minute, you're going to have to humble yourself, right? But that's a good thing, right?
It is a good thing because the Section 8 sisters, they invite you to come stay in the crib. And then when they get mad, they're like, get out of my house.
Oh, yeah. Right. That covered.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
Yeah. She's staying in a tough and $10 a month apartment.
Yeah.
Well, I got to leave.
Yeah.
Now I got to pay 2 G's.
Why I got to leave?
Come on.
Don't touch my PlayStation.
I got my name on the orange juice.
Yeah,
Yo.
kicking you out.
Come on. But that's
Bring that
real
out,
talk.
man.
That's real talk. That's real talk. Y'all gonna respect the family.
Yes.
It's
yes.
the unit. Because see, when you look back in the times of y'all was bringing up Marcus Garvey, that whole time, families was together.
Yes.
Even though they was going through rough times, that's what a family is all about.
Right.
Right? Going through rough times, husband and wife sticking together, making it happen. That's why the Lord said that marriage is an honorable thing.
Right.
Because y'all battling together. It ain't gonna be what do you call it, peaches and cream and all that all the time. But it's about the battle. It's about, y'all working together and then what? One family bands together with another family and so on and so forth. You got a whole community. And that's what we bringing out all night, that nobody's going to lack. Because that family who's hungry, we got 15 families over here that's good.
Right.
That family cannot starve. That's impossible. Right. This is the real Section 8 that's supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right here. And we're going to get the brother back on his feet, the sister back on feet. Everybody going to be good. We're going to handle it.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. That's what got to start happening again. You know what I mean? We have to start doing that.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
That's Section all 8 of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's unity. Unity right there.
That's that infinity, right? And number 8, that infinity. Yeah.
Hey, and it take a lot of the ones that's diligent to help the ones that's not. Right. So if that's in your spirit, if the Lord put that portion on you, do your thing to help your people. Right. To help you until the Lord come. He tell us, give me that Jeremiah 29. Let's get that in Jeremiah 29 real quick. What we supposed to be doing in captivity, because are we supposed to just wait around? Because we know the Lord coming. We got faith in that. We know he coming. Right. We keep doing what we got to do. The Lord is on the way. But until then, what are we supposed to be doing?
Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse 5. Build ye houses and dwell in them.
Start at verse 4.
Verse 4. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captive.
Are we carried away captive? Yes, we are, right? This instruction for us. Read.
Whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon.
The same way it happened there, it happened here. Read.
Build ye houses.
We're supposed to build houses. It costs money to do that, right? Read on.
And dwell in them.
And live in them. Read.
And plant gardens.
So provide for yourself in your captivity. Read.
And eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives.
Make sure marriage is done. Make sure that's done. Read.
And beget sons and daughters.
And have children. Read.
And take wives for your sons.
Make sure your children get married. Read.
And give your daughters to husbands.
Make sure that happen. Don't let them be out here OnlyFans, so on and so forth. Read on.
That they may bear sons and daughters.
Have grandchildren in this captivity. Read.
That ye may be increased there and not diminished.
So the nation can grow until the Lord bring us home. So the nation can grow. So when we saying economics is not the way, we're not saying don't get money.
Right.
That is not what we're saying. We're not saying don't be successful. That's not what we're saying. We're saying without God, it's gonna come to naught, like it has in the past.
Right.
Jump over to 28.
Go ahead.
Right quick.
Yep.
Verse 28, because why he telling us to do all of these things? Watch this. Read that.
Come on. Jeremiah 29, verse 28. Therefore he sent unto us in Babylon, saying, this captivity is long.
He said, you better do that because y'all going to be there a long time. Build your stuff up because you're going to be there a long time. Build unity because you're going to be there for a long time.
Yeah.
Get your sons and daughters married and build your stuff because you're going to be in Babylon a minute, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cap.
Hey, I seen this other video, and you know, we just jumping through the diaspora of our people. Yeah. So check this out. Pull up that video with where it says the Puerto Ricans are rising up with demands for full separation from the United States, right? So we know them as the tribe of Ephraim, right? But now what? They trying to separate from the U.S., right? Because at the time, when the U.S. took Puerto Rico as a colony, that was kind of a good look, right? Because now you're automatically a U.S. citizen. You could fly back and forth with, but now it's like, no, we ain't getting nothing out of this. Yeah. And anybody who been over there in the land of Borinquen, right, the land of the brave lords, that's the real name of the place, is toe up over there. All right, it's more Ephraimites in New York City than there is in the island.
Right.
Crazy.
Right, but hit play on that.
It's May 31st, and we're standing here in front of the San Juan Capitol, the seat of the legislative branch in Puerto Rico, where hundreds of people have gathered to participate today in a march for independence.
And we're here today to reclaim our fight for independence and understanding that independence is not independence unless we have full and complete control over our archipelago as workers.
Organized by various social and political organizations, the demonstration seeks to draw attention to Puerto Rico's colonial situation and its unjust and unequal relationship with the United States.
I'm tired of what's going on with the United States, with Puerto Rico, what they're doing to our people. You know, they're just abusing their power with us. You know, Act 60 just keeps pounding. You know, the Jones Act, we need to get rid of that.
But today's march also coincides with another anniversary of the approval by former President Barack Obama.
Oh man, what was that?
Of Ley Promesa, which imposed an oversight board over Puerto Rico's finance for Puerto Ricans here in the island. That's just another example of the situation of colonialism. They live under U.S. rule.
Tenemos una economía basada en atraer inversionistas extranjeros con jugoso incentivo contributivo, inaccesible para los y las.
Hold on. Check this out. So the brother that was talking before, he said he's tired of the Jones Act, right? So now pull up the Jones Act. All right, y'all, pull up the Jones Act. All right, that's the tribe of Ephraim right there. Okay, they going through it. All right, because they Israelites. It's time for them, like Officer Shem brought out before, right? In your affliction, you shall seek me early. Right. So now they get the Lord is turning up the heat all over the place on Israel. Okay, y'all got that? The Jones Act. Okay, look at that.
The Jones Act requires that goods shipped by sea between U.S. ports, including Puerto Rico, must be carried on U.S.-built, U.S.-owned, and U.S.-crewed ships.
Right. You see that? Including Puerto Rico, that means you can only use U.S.-built and owned and crewed ships. So what does that do? That cuts out all of the Ephraimites.
Right.
Right. Because although they the colony, they not really looked at as United States or citizens. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with us. We're really denizens. It's just we are part of the United States just for their gain for whatever they want at that particular point in time. Go ahead, read.
Raising shipping costs at a contributing contributing to higher consumer prices on the island.
So the island got to pay more. You understand what I'm saying? This is madness. Go ahead.
The hell is this?
While the act also ensures jobs for U.S. mariners and supports a strong American merchant fleet, critics argue its application to Puerto Rico increases the cost of essential goods and hinders economic development, leading to calls for waivers or repeal.
Right. So basically, it's the same trick the United States does to everybody. Keep Israel in the gutter, use all their resources, all coming through the ports and all that, and then they don't get no money. They stay on the bottom, and the United States stay on the top. Right. The same old thing. All right? Raise up. It says what the Jones Act does. Because this is what the whole drama, this is not all it's about, but remember, this is about the workers and all of that over there. Go ahead. Don't go too far. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
What the Jones Act does, mandates U.S. flagged vessels. The law requires that any shipping between U.S. ports must use vessels that are U.S. flagged, U.S. built, U.S. owned, and crewed by U.S. citizens or permanent residents.
Or permanent residents of the United States, right? Go ahead, go to the next one.
Supports U.S. maritime. The act was intended to build and maintain a robust American merchant marine for national defense and economic purposes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Ensures worker protections. It also establishes safety, health, and compensation standards for U.S. mariners.
Go ahead. Impact on Puerto Rico. That's what we want.
Impact on Puerto Rico. Higher shipping costs. The restriction on foreign carriers and vessels types limits competition, leading to higher shipping costs for goods traveling to and from Puerto Rico.
Right. So that already helps. So now they got a hard time getting work. Now when they got to ship back and forth to the United States to get certain things, now it's higher cost. That's a problem, right? That don't make sense. I thought they was Americans, right? Go ahead.
Economic drawbacks. Critics contend these high costs drive up prices for essential goods and contribute to Puerto Rico's economic challenges.
Right. Right. No. You can stop there, right? But let's get that Ecclesiastes 7:7. Bring it out. Right? Because this is what's happening over there now. Now they feeling it. And they've been feeling it for a while, but now it's coming out. Go ahead.
Come on. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right. So back then, right, they were mad for a while, right? Because the United States was in there colonizing, so on and so forth. Well, go ahead.
And surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Go ahead.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
Right. When they went over there and became so-called colonized, remember those leaders, they were feeling the benefits and all of that. Right? They were looking good. That's what the United States does. Build up the leaders and the people just suffer. Right? A gift destroyeth the heart. But now, guess what? The people are now seeing it again. Now the Lord is waking them up. Even though it ain't the fact of, we Israel. It ain't that. But now that oppression, that's going to get them back. And this is where we come in. We start teaching them once again. All right? Well, go ahead, y'all.
Lamentations 5.
Yep, you got it.
Bring it out. Lamentations 5:1. Let's see the Jones Act in the scriptures. Taking everybody's goods and using them for your own wealth. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 5 verse 1. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach.
Come on.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
Our reproach is that our inheritance, the stuff that God gave to us, because he gave us the world. The whole world is given to us. Give me that in Second Ezra right quick.
Come on.
Let's show that. Let's see what our inheritance is. Go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 7 and verse 10.
Come on.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
Come on.
Because for their sakes I made the world.
So the whole world was given to us. So it says our inheritance is turned to strangers. Our inheritance, the world, is turned over to the other nations. Puerto Rico was the Ephraimite land.
Right.
Got turned over to strangers, stolen. Come on. Go back to Lamentations 5.
Lamentations chapter 5 verse 2.
Come on.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers. Our houses to aliens.
Our houses to who?
To aliens.
So who's the illegal alien according to the Bible? You guessed it, the colonizer.
Right.
Go ahead.
We are orphans.
We are what?
We are orphans.
They rob, stealing, and killing. Go ahead.
And fatherless.
And they killing our people. They taking our women and making them widows. They taking the man out the house. Come on.
Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money.
We don't even get to use our own natural resources. They're taking it and getting capital gain on it, stealing everything. Go ahead.
Our wood is sold unto us.
Come on.
Our necks are under persecution.
Constantly under persecution. Constantly. You see the video. Look at them. They out there protesting because America is doing them dirty.
Right.
Taking all of their natural resources and they gaining off of it and then charging them double and triple. They tired of that over there.
It's crazy. Hey, and you was on that about the inheritance turned to strangers, but look at this. Get Genesis 49. All right, and 22. Right? Because that land was given to Ephraim, right? But what? Again, Esau always on top of us. But at the end, we're going to win. Like we just brought out before. It is what? It's a fixed fight, y'all. It's a fixed fight. All we got to do is get on the side of the Lord. Go ahead, read that thing, bro.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 22.
Come on.
Joseph is a fruitful bow.
That's Ephraim. Joseph is a fruitful bow, meaning he's going to have many children. Go ahead.
Even a fruitful bow by a well.
By a well. That's where his where that land is. All right, Puerto Rico or the land of the Borinquen. All right, or Boricua, which is what? The brave lords, right? Or land of the brave lords. Go ahead.
Whose branches run over the wall.
That's talking about the daughters of Ephraim were running over the wall and doing what? Laying up with Esau. Okay? Because what? They figured that was their way of getting saved. But no, the Lord said what? We're going to get into that later. Go ahead, read.
The archers have solely grieved him and shot at him and hated him.
And hated Ephraim. Go ahead.
But his bow abode in strength. And the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel.
Right. You know what? Because at the end of the day, what? We will win this thing. So Ephraim got to stand strong, but they got to come back to the Lord.
Right.
Y'all got to come back to the Lord.
Hey,
all right?
That's where my mind went, right? Because when you read Job 36 and 15 first, and then read Revelation 18.
Yep.
Because if this don't happen like this, Ephraim will never wake up.
Right.
And they leaders of the northern kingdom. So the Lord's setting it up perfectly. He said, I'm going to take away all your way to make economics from this place so that you see this place as evil. And this is what's going to happen. Read it. Job 36 and 15.
Job 36 and 15. He delivereth the poor in his affliction and openeth their ears in oppression.
So now they're going to listen, right? When we go teach the Bible to them, they're going to hear this. Now read Revelation 18 and verse 4. Now when this happens, they're going to understand it. Because right before, if you got a ship and you got you trading all types of goods and you feel like you're set up, it doesn't hit the same way. Same thing with Issachar that's happening in California. Once they start getting hit, they say, ain't really much for us here. The black man knew that for a long time. There's nothing for them in America.
Right.
So they were willing to listen. That's why they woke up first. Now the Lord said, all right, now's your turn. You got to go through it so I could tell you this. Read that. Right.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
That's going to be the Israelites on the street teaching you, letting you know you the tribe of Ephraim. Right. That everything that you going through is prophesied in the Bible. Your history is in the Bible. And now the oppression that you're facing is to open your ears. Come on.
That ye be not partakers of her sin.
Don't do evil with her, because the scriptures tell you our sin sticketh fast between buying and selling.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
Jump down to verse 17. Watch what it says about these ships now. So I know Ephraim is like, dang, I ain't got my ship no more. I can't make money. Watch what the Lord said. I need to get you out them ships so I could do this. Read verse 17.
Verse 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught.
Read.
And every shipmaster.
He said every shipmaster. He ain't say some. He said every shipmaster. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And all the company of ships.
All the companies of ships. Go ahead.
And sailors.
And the sailors.
And as many as trade by sea stood afar off.
They're going to be looking out. Go ahead.
And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
Because he's going to destroy Babylon. He's going to destroy them places where the ships at, where they docking, where they getting their resources from. The ships they're going to be worthless. So everybody that's on the ship's going to say, man, these ships ain't worth nothing now because everything burned up. Ain't no goods.
Right.
Ain't nothing to move.
Right. And here we go. Hey, get Hosea 9. Hosea 9 and 11. Right? Because what? Like you brought out, Ephraim is what? Getting oppressed. All this. They looking at, oh, man, look at the ships. But that all that going to get destroyed. But y'all got to understand, y'all the tribe of Ephraim, and once Esau got wind of where y'all was at, it was never going to be the same again. Things will never be the same again. You read that. Hosea 9:11, bro.
Hosea chapter 9, verse 11. As for Ephraim, their glory shall fly away like a bird.
Go ahead.
From the birth and from the womb and from the conception.
Why? Read on.
Though they bring up their children, yet will I berave them,
right,
that there shall not be a man left. Yea, woe also to them when I depart from them.
Right. But the Lord said, when I depart from them, right? Because there was a time when Ephraim went off, and the Lord said, they're no longer a people, right? I'm going to leave them alone. I'm going to return to my place, right? Read on.
Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place.
That's what we read in Genesis 49, right? That what? That planted by the well and all of that, right? Read on.
But Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer.
To the murderer. That's because the women were going over the wall, having children, right? And all kind of mixing was going on. Bring forth their children to the murderer. Who's the murderer? Esau. Read.
Give them, O Lord, what wilt thou give? Give them a miscarrying womb and dry breasts.
The Lord killed off them Edomites. So don't be over there talking about, oh, I'm light skinned. I don't know if I'm Israel. You Israel. Right. You just light skinned. Because the Lord killed off them Edomites. Read that again.
Give them, O Lord, what wilt thou give? Give them a miscarrying womb.
Right, right. The miscarrying womb of what? Them Edomite kids y'all holding. That y'all ran over the wall and got. The Lord murdered those. Right? So y'all see a bunch of light-skinned Israelites. That's what's going on over there. Don't get it twisted. Read.
And dry breasts.
And dry breasts. Because what? She ain't going to be able to feed them Edomites. Them babies going to die. All right? But I just wanted to bring that out to let y'all know, you tribe of Ephraim, you better get right with the Lord. Get right with the Lord. Because we can go through all these scriptures. Ain't nothing but prophecies and all that up in here about y'all. All right? So what's going on over there now? Hey, look at that as the wake-up call. The wall's closing in. You know? Go ahead, y'all.
Second Ezra chapter.
How you gonna get quiet?
Read that. He looked at me like,
how you gonna be staring at the scripture like
Second Ezra 5:42.
Come on. Second Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring.
Right. Come on.
Like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first.
This whole thing been steady. That's what the Lord telling you. The way I judge you once, I'm coming back the same. Go to Psalm 78.
Right.
Real quick and read verse 33. Just looking at this. It ain't like the Lord is doing something new. He said, look, every time you go off for me, this is how I'm moving.
Right.
I'm going to put you in this state. I'm put you in the chokehold. And when I put you in the chokehold, you're going to say there's no other option. And then you're going to have to pick a side. We've been through this before. But he got to do it one last time. That's what we're reading about. The destruction going to come after this last time. So now your time to wake up. Now's your time to realize there's a purpose behind it. Read that. 78:33.
Psalm chapter 78 verse 33. Therefore, their days did he consume in vanity, and their years in trouble.
He said back then, just like he's doing right now, he said, I'm going to consume your years in trouble. Because Officer Judah was talking about how when we did sin, time was put on it. And now it's limited. You can't do sin forever. So the Lord said, I'm going to put that time you got, that limited time, I'm going to put it through trouble. Go ahead.
When he slew them, then they sought him.
Because that's how we are. Once somebody start dying, we want to find God. That's how it always is. As soon as somebody die, you see that brother, he a gangster. He going to church, somebody die. Ray die.
Will you come?
You crazy.
Handing out the pamphlets now.
Yeah.
He wants you to come to church.
Yeah, you handing out them tracts. The Lord got a word for you, my brother.
Damn. Go ahead.
And they returned and inquired early after God.
That's the swiftness of God's judgment. He said there's no slackness of the first or the last. He said, I'm going to do it again. He said, I'm going to put you through it, and you're going to start to inquire because early you're going to start seeking God.
Right.
And the brother's going to be there to teach you. Why? Because it's prophesied. Go on.
Nevertheless,
verse 35.
Verse 35. And they remembered that God was their rock.
God ain't forgot. You forgot. You forgot that God was your rock. You thought the money, you thought the island, you thought the culture that you made up or that the white man created for you, right, by calling you a rich port. You thought that was the way to success. The Lord said, I got to put you through this so that you can remember your rock, where you're going to stand on, what's going to be solid foundation for you. Go ahead.
And the high God, their Redeemer.
Read.
Nevertheless, They did flatter him with their mouth.
And in the last days, you're going to have some people that's going to do that. They just going to seek after God in words. They're going to call on God because they want an economic blessing or they want prosperity gospel. They're not going to be genuine and realizing I got to really keep the commandments of God and there's no way out. That's what the Lord is creating in the earth. You're going to have some people that turn back to God so they can make a profit, and you're going to have other people who sincerely turn back to God. Just like it was before, it's going to be today. Go ahead.
And they lied unto him with their tongues.
Read.
For their heart was not right with him, neither were they steadfast in his covenant.
Right. So that's what we got to be this time. We got to be steadfast in his covenant, because when we coming back this time, we understand there ain't no more time. The Lord put a time limit on sin. He telling you the clock about to run out. Look at all the things I'm doing, the clock running out. So you got a choice. Either you're going to stick with me or you're going to die. This is it.
Bring it out. Yeah. And that's why I say this stuff is really good. It looks bad, but it's really actually good because it's gonna force the people to get right, and the ones that don't, the ones that they gotta get burnt up. Dang. You know, so it's our job to warn them, to go out there and show the people their sins. People listen. They want to know what's going on. The answer's right here. They right here, and they make too much sense. Every question you got about why we went into slavery, why is the white man above us, or why we don't have our own land, it's all here. Every question you got that you've been looking for, if you want to hide something from a Negro, where you put it? In a book, you know, and it's been in this book the whole time. We just ain't been reading it.
Right.
It's been told to us. They've been reading the Bible to us like a bedtime story.
And no understanding on it, you know what I mean? Yep. But so I think we at the end of our time and all that.
Just about.
He's like, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
This guy's crazy. Hey, hold on, y'all. The Booster Club.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all donate to the Booster Club, the Isaiah 11:11 project. You know what I mean? We all over the world gathering the 12 tribes back together. All right, that time is coming. You know what I mean? Affliction, we going to seek the Lord early. We already seeking him. Y'all got to join in. Y'all got to join with us. But, hey, donate. All right, we need the money for airlines, the hotel rooms, the food, all that, flyers. All right, so all praise to the Lord. All right, give what y'all can. Yeah. All right, and save a couple pennies for us. You know what I mean? IUIC.norcal@israelunite.org, or you hit that QR code, send that bread.
That's right.
Need some new lights, something.
Right. Yeah.
All right. First of all, hey, listen, before we put that up, yo, tonight was a wild night, right?
It was.
Tonight was a wild night. We didn't get a chance. I guess we had to reschedule him, right? So we gonna have some time in November. Yo, it was crazy outside. Y'all was in that traffic.
Yeah.
I was caught up in there for like 2 hours. We was stuck in one place, couldn't get out. And at that time, we didn't even know to guess it. It was just a crazy, crazy night, y'all. But all praises to the Lord. The show came off great still. All praises. Now put that thumbnail up there.
The oppressor hunted your steps, bro.
Yeah, we got our steps got hunted.
Right, for sure.
Right. All right, so next Monday, the show's gonna be called The Brutality of Apartheid, South Africa's Dark History. All right, and our special guest is gonna be Lulu Johnson. This brother was with the ANC. He walked with Nelson Mandela and all of that. His story's crazy. Y'all wanna be there for this show. This is gonna be great show. So all praises to the Lord for that. I spoke to this brother a couple hours. He's a very interesting cat. You know what I mean? So y'all definitely want to be here for that. All right. So that's next Monday, October the 13th, 8:30 p.m. Y'all already know. All right. What else we got? That's it.
That's all.
All right. Somebody take it.
Drop it on. Take us out.
It's been one of them days.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it's a wild day.
All right, let's get it, man.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 21. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you.
Right, yeah, we the Nehemiah Squad. If they keep doing this, we got to lay hands on them, right? Hey, if you keep oppressing the people, it's going to come a time where the Lord got to lay hands on them. Right? Not so good. We the Nehemiah Squad.
Right. Yo, that's terrible.
Right.
Yeah, Shim, do the thing, man.
Come on, man. Read it again, man. Because
Shim try to get out of here.
Yeah,
right.
He tried to sneak out the side door while
Come
you
on,
was
man.
doing
Hurry
it.
up, man.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 21.
Yo.
Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lord ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you.
If you do this thing here again, we got to lay hands on you. If you don't support,
Right there.
it's in the way. If you don't support the Booster Club, we got to lay hands on you. And for you Negroes that keep on stealing from the people and talking about economics is the way, if you don't quit it, we got to lay hands on you. This is the Nehemiah Squad. We are your hosts. I'm Officer Shim. That's Captain Zaccai, Officer Judah, Officer Jadiel, and we out.
Yeah.
That's
Christ bless y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
That's how you do that thing. That's how you do